day. You can see these beautiful vehicles. You know we're at Ray Catena, Mercedes-Benz in Edison, New Jersey. And you know why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is Greg T Live.
Welcome to Greg T Live, episode 11, live from Ray Catena, Mercedes-Benz in Edison, New Jersey. Today's show is sponsored by CNC Heating and Cooling with special guest World Series Champion pitcher Leiter. Greg T and Garret, take it away.
All right, and we are back again for another episode of Greg T Live, and we do it every single Monday at 11 a.m. Doors open up at 10 at Ray Catena Mercedes-Benz right here in Edison, New Jersey on Route 1, and you're more than welcome to stop in and enjoy the show, but I understand a lot of people have work to go do. I get that, but if you got a day off, you know what? Come on over, play some hooky, and hang out with us. It would be great. So, I'm Greg T. Usually Garret is right here, my co-host. He's running a little bit late. He's on his way. He's probably watching us right now. But in the meantime, we've got the general manager here. We've got Doug Wells right here with us from Ray Catena Mercedes-Benz, sitting in until Garret gets here. So good morning, Doug. How are you?
Good morning, Greg. I will try and be a good fill-in
Please,
temporarily.
you're going to be just fine. You will be just fine. Hey, first things first, we haven't really had a chance to, really talk and just say thank you so much again for allowing me to podcast here at Ray Catena. Now, for real, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is everybody behind the scenes enjoying the podcast or the success of the podcast here at Ray Catena?
Yeah, so far everybody's really enjoying it.
For real?
And they all love you.
Great.
And so many people in our organization and our customers have heard your voice on the radio for over 20 years.
Yep, 30.
Over 30
years. There you go, yeah.
I didn't want to age you.
Good point. You know what? I like that.
I was trying to keep you down in younger
I like you. That's right.
But they really do enjoy it, and we love you to death, and so
Thanks.
Anything we do to help you.
Thanks, man.
And to me, it's one big happy family.
I agree. I really do. And I always thought of Ray Catena as family here. I remember bringing my kids here when they were little, climbing around in some of these really expensive cars. My wife and I would drive home and we would say, what other kids do you think are hopping around in like $300,000 vehicles? It was really a fun time, as it always has been here at Ray Catena. Listen, we've got an amazing show planned for you guys, and baseball season is legitimately just days away, and Ray Catena pulled out an amazing guest for us. Doug, tell everybody who you knew and who you called in to be on the show today.
We have a dear friend of our organization, Leiter, is here today, and
yes,
and as you know, he's on MLB Network, and he's very, very interesting to talk to, especially about baseball.
I almost couldn't sleep last night. I have so many things that I want to talk to him about. When you get a chance to talk to a celebrity, superstar, baseball player, athlete, you have so many stories because you grew up watching them, and you just want to tell them like your whole life story. But I do have some really cool stories that I want to share with him, and I gotta say again, thank you very much for bringing him in. This is amazing. With baseball season literally a couple of days away, to have Leiter here to talk baseball, and his son plays for the Yankees. No,
his nephew plays for the Yankees.
Oh, sorry, your nephew, right, sorry.
And his son plays for Texas.
Gotcha. Sorry, my bad. But I'm really, really pumped up and excited. We've got some baseball cards here, so we're gonna open them up with him. Maybe we'll see if we get a couple of his nephews, in the baseball card package. That'll be kind of neat. And we've got some great stories. I've got a story for him about. It was a rivalry between the Yankees and the Red Sox back in the day. And I know why something went down, and I want to tell him all about it. I think that he is going to be floored when he hears the background story on this.
You got to save that story for when he's
I
will.
I'm going to. And I've got, the other thing is, I've got some funny things for him to play with us. We're going to play You Make the Call. I got a couple of things yesterday about him, and I'm going to have him make the call on what he thinks would be the outcome of some of these cool things that he's going to see. And anyway, so what else? How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. My daughter's last day before she had to go back to college.
Where's she going to school?
She's now going to Rutgers.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, she started at URI and then transferred on her own.
How funny you say URI. So Jada is going this Friday to go visit URI. Yeah, so one of her closest friends just got accepted, and so she committed. And now, it always happens. When one friend commits, it's like all of a sudden your next friend is kind of like, oh my God, I've got to go. So now Jada is like, I really want to go see, she did get accepted to Rhode Island, but we haven't visited yet. So now on Friday, Trish is going to take her out to Rhode Island and go see it.
It's a 4-hour ride.
Is it a good 4-hour ride?
It's a good 4-hour ride. And And the problem is when you have to go up there and drop the kids off at school.
Yeah.
You end up being up there for 2 or 3 days.
Right.
It's Labor Day weekend.
Oh.
You have to book a hotel.
Oh.
The hotels get you good.
Of course they do, because they know every parent's coming up. So we're gonna go. Well, she's gonna go Friday and see it. I mean, hopefully she likes it. She hasn't made a decision yet. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a couple of hats here. They do signing day. So I think we're gonna have a couple of hats in front of us. I'm gonna bring Jada in, and I'm gonna have her decide right in front of everybody which college she's gonna go to. So she's deciding between University of Alabama, which she got accepted in.
Great school.
It is great, and not only that, but she got accepted to their dance. What's it called? It's not the dance team. It's like the dance. I forget what dance classes. I forget what it is. It's like she's in a major in dance, so she got accepted to the company, the dance company at University of Alabama. So that was pretty cool. And then she also does like Sacred Heart in Connecticut. I know they're completely opposites, but she likes the smaller school as well. She likes University of Rhode Island, and also the weirdest thing, she actually thinks about going to maybe Rider right here in New Jersey. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
She's all over the spectrum. I can't figure her out exactly which college she wants to go to. It's like Alabama, Rider, Sacred Heart, or URI. It's just all over the place.
Well, Alabama compared to the other schools.
I know. How do you compare?
It's just sheer size.
Of course.
So there's a lot of people. I had my co-worker's daughter was going to Clemson, which is actually a small school.
Right.
And wasn't comfortable there. And
Right.
she transferred to Alabama.
Yeah.
And she loves Alabama.
Right.
My daughter was at URI.
Yeah.
And friends said, make sure she joins a sorority, otherwise she's not going to have anything to do on the weekends. My daughter was not a sorority person.
Okay.
And she ended up on her own because she went in with film and media and for business.
Right.
2 majors.
Yeah.
Then film and media became a minor.
Right.
And then she went all out accounting and finance, and then she transferred to Rutgers for her 3rd year on her own.
Wow. Well, at least she's close to home. You can go visit her. Rutgers is great. She's very successful, it sounds
10
like.
minutes away.
That's great. I mean, how daddy and daughter going to hang out. You take her on daddy-daughter dates for dinner and lunches. I think that's great. I would love that, too. I would love that if Jada stayed close by so I can go visit her and take her out as well. But, who knows? And these kids today, they're so influenced on so many other things, Like, there's so many things that impacts their decisions.
But all you can do as a parent is you have to guide them the right way,
Yeah.
and then you got to let them follow their path.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so Doug, thank you very much. This is Doug
pleasure.
Wells. Doug, thank you very much for being here. I see Garret walked in. So Garret, come on in. This is how we do it. We do it live on the fly. Hey guys, listen. Always remember you can stream us on Greg T's World on Instagram or right here on YouTube at Greg T Live, and you can stream us every single Monday starting at 11 a.m. Dude,
Hey, bud.
we've got an amazing show today.
We?
Dude, have you seen Al Leiter's already here? He's already here. I got so many things I want to talk to the guy about.
How deaf are you?
Why? Because I'm screaming?
No, it's so loud.
Oh, well, I didn't know how he needed it. I didn't know. Anyway, but dude, I'm really, really pumped up and excited to interview Al Leiter today.
I know.
I am. Are you excited?
Oh, of course. Well, I know you're excited when you overtext. You're an overtexter.
I am an overtexter. I am.
Like that's how you show excitement.
I got nervous. Al, when he was walking around, he was looking at some of the beautiful Mercedes Benz vehicles here. So I got nervous. I went over and shook his hand. Hey, what's up? How are you? And he's like, yeah, what's up, T? How you doing? And then he goes, so.
Wait, does he call you T?
He did. He said, what's up, T?
Or did you do one of those like, no, please call me T.
I didn't.
Do not call me Greg.
The camera guys, everybody was here. They're all my witness. He was like, yo, what's up, T? Like that. It was like we're friends.
They're not saying much.
All right. So he goes, but the first question, and how do you answer this? So he played for the Mets and the Yankees, right? So you don't know what he's thinking.
And the Blue Jays.
And the Blue Jays, right? And the Marlins. But you don't know what he's thinking. So he says, are you Mets or are you Yankees? So what do you say? How do you answer? Okay, so I'm Al Leiter, right? Okay, I'm Al Leiter. He comes up to you. Yo, what's up, T? How you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, so are you Mets or Yankees? And he played there.
Right.
So what do you say?
Yankees.
With confidence?
Why? You're not a...
Well, rule of thumb is you only get one chance to make a first impression.
So you're going to kiss his ass?
Well, yeah, you don't want to upset him. He played for both. You don't know if he's more pro Yankees, if he's pro Mets. You don't know where he falls.
What if he goes more of a Blue Jay fan? You wouldn't know that.
I would be shocked. I would be shocked. If he, you know what? That's a good question. I would be shocked, though.
No way.
With everything that the Yankees and the Mets bring to the table.
So all of a sudden,
yeah,
Mr. I wear a Yankee jacket at home.
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna fake it and go, oh, the Mets.
Well, listen, I wasn't gonna fake it, but I was nervous. I did.
You were gonna fake it.
I got a little nervous. No, I was never gonna say Mets because I'm not a Met fan. But I was nervous just to admit to him right there because I didn't know what he was thinking. I almost wanted him to feel comfortable. I wanted him to be like, oh,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. You're going to fake it just to make him happy?
You only get one chance to make a first impression, and you don't want to do that to somebody that is going to be your guest on the show.
So you think you just solidly went with the Yankees. He's going to go, why the hell am I here?
Listen, now I have a question. You have two kids.
Yes.
You're obviously raising them Yankee fans, or are you allowing them to be persuaded by somebody else in your family?
They can be whatever they want.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't mind it. You don't mind. So if somebody in your family was a Met fan and you're a big Yankee fan, and they raised and they persuaded your son Hudson to be a Met fan, you'd be fine with that.
I'm all right with it.
Get out of here. You'd have to go to Citi Field all the time as a Yankee fan and go to the games.
Can you please tell Al Leiter when he gets here?
I told him already.
About
you tell the audience. Tell the audience.
So growing up,
Tell him.
Greg T has two daughters,
right?
And he made it like if you saw the blue and orange on a New York emblem on a hat,
right?
Those are the bad guys,
That's
like
right.
bad guys,
yeah.
Like not even just like, oh no, we don't cheer for them. Like
villains,
right? Like bank robbers,
yeah.
People that
the lowest of low.
Yeah, we boo and hiss them.
That's right.
That's how he raised his daughters.
That's right.
So I learned from example to do the complete opposite.
So you know what the funny thing is? I was telling the camera guys here, I was telling Ryan and his whole crew about what I did. And just to verify, I actually texted Jada, as she's at school. I texted her, and this is what I wrote to her. I said, hold on a second. I want to say, this is great. So I texted her. I said, Jada, I'm telling people here at Ray Catena the story about the word Mets, in quotes.
Yeah.
What does the word Mets mean to you? What did I teach you when you were a kid?
So messed up.
Her response, Mets was the worst word I can ever say.
It was like a curse word.
It was like a curse word.
Yeah.
Because the Yankees were the best. You taught me that the Yankees were very nice to little boys and girls, and that the Mets, they spit on little boys and girls, and they were mean. I mean, because I couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to do it. I couldn't. Listen, case in point, my brother-in-law has a son, and my brother-in-law is a Yankee fan. Big shout out to Joe if you're watching right now, or my nephew James, and he allowed his son to be persuaded by his wife's family. So his wife's family are all Mets fans. So they allowed him, they raised him a Met fan, and he's a Yankee fan. And he has to take his kid to Citi Field all the time for Met games. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, and he's a diehard Yankee fan.
Because he's a good dad.
That doesn't make him a good dad. I think, to me, I got to tell you, I think that's like kind of, I don't want to say he's a bad dad, but I think that he missed the mark. I think any dad that is a Yankee fan or a Met fan, it could be vice versa.
Right.
If you're a Met fan and you allow your kid to be persuaded and become a Yankee fan, I think you've done a disservice to you and your son. I do.
How dare you?
Well, I want to be how can you have a
How can you tell me how to raise my kids?
How can you have a good bond? You can't possibly have a good father-son bond if you are allowing your kid to be persuaded to be rooting for the other team.
Part of me wants to just hope. Somewhere, I don't know who to pray for.
What?
I'll pray.
That I have a Met fan in my family?
That Jada and Ella
have a son or a daughter.
Find someone in their life.
Yeah.
And they end up getting married.
Yeah.
And that person.
Yeah.
Is a complete opposite fan.
Come on now.
Of the team you root for.
No,
Whatever team. Not just baseball, but football.
No.
Every team, the complete opposite.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
So you are forced to love them.
Listen, I've already been blessed with the worst luck in the world as it is. I don't need any worse luck, I swear.
Which only means play the odds. It's going to happen.
No, please, I can't.
It's going to happen, Fred.
Please, I beg. No more bad luck. I beg. Please, please, please. I beg. All right, let's move on. Yes.
You know, I heard you talking to Doug Wells about your daughter possibly looking at Rider University.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You went to Ryder.
I went to Ryder.
Oh my God, that's right.
My picture is all over campus.
Really?
So I would be able to keep an eye on
So
Jada.
so what happened was so right now
They
it's
have a
down,
great dance team.
So it's down to 4 schools. It's down to and they're really so weird on the spectrum there. You've got University of Alabama, which
Huge.
I mean you're getting the full college experience when you
Right.
go there, right? And then you have Sacred Heart up in Connecticut. It's a totally different school, but she kind of likes that small feel to it,
Right.
you know?
Well, that's Ryder.
And then Ryder gave her so much financial aid to want to go there. She really did well with Ryder.
I mean, drop my name.
I should. And then also there's
Of
University
all the times to drop my name.
and then
it would
there's
be the
Rhode
time-
Island. So who knows? I don't know. I don't know. To me, I'm all over the place where I want her to go to college. It's difficult. You know, I kind of like selfishly, I would like her to go to Alabama so I could see what that's like to be on that kind of a campus. I've never been
Right.
to a college like that. Like I've never been to Notre Dame. I've never been to like a big college like Texas. I've never been to a big college like. I have no idea what that feeling's like.
Listen,
Yeah.
just for the sole purpose of this podcast.
Yeah.
We need Jada to sign with Ryder University.
No. I
And
can't do that.
and if
I already told her about having signing day. We're going to bring her in. She's going to do that. We're going to have the 4 hats
I
here.
need to know.
And we're going to what?
Because
Because why?
If she were to sign with Ryder,
Yeah.
I will get the Ryder mascot here.
Oh, well then you'd have to ask Trish behind the scenes and see. So then I don't want to know. You'd have to. All right. So then here's what we would do. So you can, when she knows that where she's going to go,
Right.
I will have my wife know as well, or my other daughter. Somebody will know and let you know
Right.
whether or not to bring the
I'll
mascot
talk
in
to
or
Ellen.
not.
All
right.
How funny. We bring the mascot here and she doesn't pick Ryder. And the mascot's just sitting in the corner. The Ryder Bronc.
Hey, how's your brackets doing for March Madness?
I didn't do a bracket.
Neither did I. I didn't feel it this year. I've never won. I always come in like freaking last place. So I'm like I just don't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to bother.
Well, you're just like everybody else. You don't watch basketball.
I'm
You
not.
don't know much. You're picking names.
I swear to you, I put basketball on in the background, like every night or every other night, whenever there's a Nets game on or the Knicks, I'll have it on in the background just like it's on.
Right.
To be honest, so
Like an episode of Friends.
yeah, exactly. I just never. The reason why I'm scarred because I'm so damn short. And when we were kids in gym class, we played basketball, and I was always playing against like kids that were much taller than me because I'm short.
Yep.
And I got so many damn freaking elbows to the face. I hated the damn sport. I'm like, I hate this sport. And every big kid was always boxing me out and slamming me to the ground. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to play. So I ended up playing ice hockey and soccer, and I was fine because I was short, I was fast, so I was able to skate away from the other guys. So I never really got hurt.
What happened to you?
Well, I did get hurt one time. I got slammed to the boards one time. And then in soccer, though, I was really a superstar in soccer. So I did really well there as well. Hey, you know what? Somebody else just walked in. It just reminded me. Do you know today's a national day?
What's the day?
Today is National Cheesesteak Day. Did you know that?
So I thought it was Cheesecake Day.
No, it is National Cheesesteak Day. So one of our clients, Bobo's Cheesesteaks,
delicious.
from Richfield Park, New Jersey, the owner has come in and he's going to drop off some cheesesteaks. So we're actually going to have some food to eat later on.
With or without?
Did you bring with or without?
Whiz.
Whiz.
I brought Whiz.
He's got Whiz. He's got Whiz. He brought it Whiz. All right, great. So we got some cheesesteaks to eat as well. All right, so guys, listen, we're just getting things started. We need to stop down now and do a little where to go break. And always remember, if you want to be a part of this podcast and if you'd like to be a where to go, it's all for small businesses. And what we want you to do is you're going to kind of reach out to me at Greg T Live, and we will then reach out to you, and we'll make sure that everybody knows where to go next week. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Where to Go. And today's podcast show sponsor is CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. When your home needs help with heating, plumbing, air conditioning, or HVAC, or even electrical services, you want to call CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. Call the number on the screen, CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. They're a New Jersey family-owned company since 1965. CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. That's where to go.
Where to go?
Tiger Schulman's Martial Arts, offering kickboxing, karate for kids and adults, and jiu-jitsu. Tiger Schulman MMA has built a trusted reputation in developing self-confidence, discipline, and real self-defense skills. So sign up today, mention Greg T Live or Where to Go, and receive $100 off any beginner program. Call him at 1-800-52-TIGER. Tiger Schulman with several locations: East Brunswick, Freehold, North Plainfield, Princeton, Brick, Eatontown, and Red Bank, New Jersey, Staten Island, New Dorp, and in Tottenville. Tiger Schulman, that's where to go.
Where to go?
Want you to indulge in some pure wellness and discover the ultimate relaxation at Billy Bosa Massages in Parlin, New Jersey. Over at Billy Bosa Massages, they offer cryotherapy, red light therapy, body sculpting, laser lipo, and cryo slim. And you can experience this all with the luxurious wellness experience at the exclusive private upscale setting at Billy Bosa Massages. So book today, BillyBosaMassages.com, or check them out on Instagram, Billy_Bosa, BOSSA 06. That's where to go.
Where to go?
It's called Stretch Lab. Improve posture, reduce stress, increase range of motion and flexibility at the Stretch Lab, Marlboro, New Jersey. Improve your sports performance or reduce that muscle and joint pain. Stretch Lab's team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you could ever achieve on your own. Go to StretchLab.com to find your Stretch Lab location near you. Current locations in Westfield, Summit, Shrewsbury, Wall Township, Howell, and Metuchen. Or call the number on your screen for Stretch Lab in Marlboro, New Jersey. Stretch Lab, that's where to go.
Where to go?
Well, thanks to Greg T, Red Tomato Urban Pizzeria is stuck in my head. What color is the tomato? Red tomato. Red Tomato has been serving Marlboro, Colts Neck, and Manalapan communities with your favorite Italian dishes and delicious pizza for years. And Red Tomato offers gluten-free options and cauliflower crust personal pizzas. Red Tomato is in the Wawa Shopping Center on Route 520, and you can go ahead and order ahead of time at redtomatonj.com. What color is the tomato? Red tomato. That's where to go.
Where to go?
You're on 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back. And again, hit me up at Greg T Live and message me. So if you're a small business and you'd like to be a where to go, we will definitely reach out to you. And then next week, we'll be telling everybody exactly where to go. So you're watching Greg T Live, and our guest is here, Garret. Leiter!
There
he is. Yes!
Tis the season.
I am so excited. Baseball season is right around the corner, and this was just an amazing thing.
Take it easy, Greg.
Okay,
Take
I'm
it easy.
See,
Down.
see, you
I'm too
realize
excited. I'm too
he's
excited.
got
No,
so
what
much
I
emotion.
did, because
Yes.
I would always get accused.
Yes.
So I did Yankee games for 12 years. After I retired in 06.
Yeah.
George Steinbrenner, the late George Steinbrenner, he had a guy by Mark Zettelmeyer, who was his baseball guy in Florida.
Right.
And Zettelmeyer came in, he said, look, nothing for nothing, George wants to see you. And I said, that's kind of weird, because I mostly did my success with your favorite team, the Mets.
Oh, come on, man.
You told him that?
Dude. No way.
Wait, time out.
Oh, my God.
I thought it was cool, because George, I would see him in passing, and I didn't amount to anything. I started as a Yankee, and I finished as a Yankee, which is cool, but kind of, nice little bow. So I went up. George couldn't have been nicer, and he said, so what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, I said, well, George, I did well enough, and, I want to be with my family, and my oldest is going in 6th grade. That usual thing.
Yeah,
I
of
played
course.
19 years, did more than I ever dreamt, blah, blah. And I said, but maybe TV. I think doing TV would be kind of cool.
Right. Yeah.
And he's looking at me. He had these big old gold-rimmed glasses, and he's in his office, and he's going, TV. And I'm thinking he's thinking, like, all right, maybe this is a good way I could stick it to the Mets. So he said, let me see what I could do. I think I could do something. They just started the Yes Network.
Right.
I get a call from John Filippelli, who ran the network forever until he just retired. The very next day, we have this 2-hour phone call. And I think that Flip is going to say, all right, I'll put together a package.
Right.
It's 06. We'll do something in 07.
Sure.
It's literally, this opening day is like now. Like it's 2 or 3 days. Because it was the WBC, the first year of the World Baseball.
That's right.
He puts together a 40-game package. 2 weeks later, I'm in the booth with Jim Cott and Michael Kay, and I did it for 12 years.
Happened that fast.
It happened that fast.
I always
But here, I'm
wondered how
getting to a point because you're hyper like me. So I used to do Red Bull.
Yes.
I would bring candy,
Right.
Michael Kay, and whoever they'd be making fun of me. But I just thought, to some extent, you're doing a baseball game. If you sound bored,
Right.
I don't know. I imagine the dude on the couch is like, God, this is a yawner.
Yeah, exactly.
So then there's the gas pedal brake of
Right.
too much energy, not enough.
I have too much energy.
Yeah,
I have
but
too much
so
energy.
I knew that. So Dougie Fresh got me 4-shot latte right here from around the corner. Right,
All
Dougie
right.
Wells?
I'm going to be a
The most
babysitter in a
handsome
minute.
62-year-old man right there, isn't it?
I always wondered why you didn't. I always wanted to know how come you went to TV.
Have you ever
and-
heard the Toby Keith song, Don't Let the Old Man In?
I don't think I
Do
have.
you know the story behind it? I know you've been doing like Z100, Y100, all this other
right,
stuff.
right. But no, I am a country fan. I do love country music, but I just don't know that song.
He was doing a golf outing in Carmel. I just told Doug. And because we were talking about age, he goes, hey,
Yeah.
you're about to turn 60. I'm like, yeah, who gives a shit?
I
Like,
can't believe that you're not affected by that.
No,
he is.
and
He
I-
is.
Yeah, and I
Al,
figured
he
as
is, big time.
As an athlete, as you get older, it would take more effect on you. I mean, for me, Greg
What's
T
the
is always going to be
effect?
well because my persona is that Greg T is always a young kid. So as I get older, that scares me that I'm no longer that young kid
He's
anymore.
I
got
don't
Peter-
mean to be turning on
No,
you.
no,
here,
don't
but-
worry, Al, don't
Can
worry.
I take this off or no?
Whatever you-
Here, we'll switch.
Hey, how you doing, radio man?
Switch mics. Give
By the
them-
way, I came
We'll
on here.
switch.
Doug's giving me a 6-month free deal
Congratulations.
on a AMG, right? What is it?
When he told me that you were coming here, I said to Garret, I go, dude, somebody worked a deal behind the scenes. There's no way he just
By
decided
the way,
to show
I like
up here.
you a lot.
Thank you.
I don't. First time.
It's
I met
all right.
you,
No, very
but
nice to
we're
meet
good.
you.
And,
Yeah.
and you're still doing the TV, the radio stuff.
TV and radio, yep. Doing that.
He does a lot of red carpets for a lot of movie premieres and stuff as well. Yeah, he does.
And you got to be young because you got ripped knees.
Well, yeah, no, I get.
No, my kids. They pay. We pay a lot of. I pay for them.
Nobody told us that he was going to be this funny.
Honestly,
Nobody told
check
us.
this
Nobody
out
told
right
us.
here. Look at this. This is a grown man with ripped knees.
This is great.
I mean, Jack doesn't wear ripped jeans.
Hell no, I kick his ass. I'm kidding. So here, wait a minute. Time out.
This is great. Yes,
Time
yeah,
out.
okay, good.
All right. So, Toby Keith,
Yes.
when he's passed.
Right,
Before he
right.
got cancer,
Yeah.
he's at a charity golf outing in Carmel.
Right.
Out there in near Pebble.
Yeah.
And one of his partners for that given day was Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Toby at the time was in his like mid to late 40s,
Yeah.
and Clint was in his early 80s.
Okay.
So Toby goes up to him. He's like, "So yeah, what are you doing, Mr. Eastwood?" Yeah. And he goes, as a matter of fact, I'm about ready to star, produce, and direct in my next movie.
Yeah.
And he's watching him. He's like, this guy's still handsome. He's playing, and he's thin, and all
Right.
that. And he couldn't get past. He goes, how do you do it? He says, I don't let the old man in. So that genesis of, what do you mean? And he's like, I don't. Like, he was 84 at the time. And he gets on his plane, flies back to Oklahoma, and he writes this song, Don't Let the Old Man In. So I won't do it now.
No,
but-
that's great though. But I love the backstory of
and
it.
one of the lines in the song that
Yeah.
he wrote was, "If you didn't know the day you were born, how old would you think you'd be?" So it eliminates the dumb number that
You're
you're worried
right.
about.
It's a dumb number.
Because you can't do anything about it unless you want to go jump off a bridge somewhere.
No,
and
you're
end it.
right. No, I don't want to.
So then there you go.
No, I'm
So-
still full of life. No, still full of life.
I mean, we don't get out alive, right? If,
No, you're right.
If Steve Jobs couldn't, and who was the other guy that froze himself and that didn't
Walt
work?
Disney.
Walt Disney. Yeah, so we're done.
I mean, Doug, you could have prepped us. We had no idea it was going to go like this. This is great.
Doug left. He goes, oh, God.
So I really wanted to ask you, though,
But,
because
but,
I
but
see
by the
on-
way, Al, you know what he's going to do later? He's going to be driving on Route 1 on the way home, listening to the song, crying.
No, I will not.
will.
I will not.
He will cry.
Wait, I wanted to ask you
He's
for
a
real,
crier.
though. Why not? I cannot get this.
Wait, listen. This one line right here.
Ask yourself how would you be?
That's great. Good line.
There it is.
You're gonna make me cry, man. You're gonna make me cry.
telling you,
I'm a softie. You're gonna make me
I want
cry.
you to pull that up for every time that you're worried about your number.
I
play it.
am. I'm always worried.
No, don't. Okay.
So I wanted to ask you why TV. I love that. I love that.
Low budget, Al.
So why TV? Why not become a manager? I'm sure you could have managed any baseball team.
Coach,
So why
not
did,
manage, but coach.
Yeah. Why? Why do TV instead?
Because I did well, AKA I did okay.
Yeah, I get it, right.
And I actually, the time that is committed or has to be committed for a major league coach
Yeah.
is an enormous amount of time. And I'll be honest, I just didn't want to do it. So as an advisor to a front office, which I did for a few years with the Mets, I enjoyed that because I am a teacher at heart.
Sure.
I watch a game. I'm always thinking about, okay, well, how do you do it? What would I do? Oh, why did he do that? So there's an element of wanting to help others.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to or don't want to put what the time is necessary to be a
So
coach.
you had felt right. You had felt like that was your time, and it already had passed. You're good to go, and you were comfortable with where you were.
I didn't need to be in major league clubhouses anymore. I didn't need to fly charter anymore.
Right.
I didn't need to stay in nice hotels anymore. I did it for 19 years.
Gotcha.
And it was cool. It was
Yeah.
great. I experienced every part of the game that has to offer, from worst to world championships to all-star games to throwing a no-hitter and all that.
You know, some people, like in the radio business, some people just do the radio because it's just their job. Some people do it because they really are a fan. They grew up a fan of radio. How about yourself? Did you grow up a fan of baseball, or did you just kind of have to continue to do it because that's where you were going, your natural progression?
Good question, because there's a lot of players that I played with, and I think even to this day, more so to this day, because of the amount of money that they can make.
That's what I'm saying.
There are a lot of guys I played with that actually didn't like the sport.
Really?
Which blows my mind, because they were really good at it and you can make millions. So it was like, okay.
Wow.
No, but Greg, I'll tell you, Garret, I grew up, how far is Berkeley? Be nice. Where are the Pioneers from?
Kentucky's is about 25 miles south.
All right, so I'm a little bit further south
Yeah.
of Toms River, and I grew up in a family of 6 boys and 1 girl.
Right.
And my oldest brother started playing Little League, and here comes all the Leiter boys.
Yeah.
We were batshit crazy about baseball, and we loved Meet the Mets.
Oh, I
Meet
got it
the
for
Mets.
you. I've got it for you.
Come on down and meet the Mets.
You know what?
You know what I told Michael Volpe, who's the father of Anthony Volpe? He's the starting shortstop for the Yankees
Yes,
right now. Those who you don't know. So Jack, my son, is with the Rangers, and Anthony went to Del Barton High School.
Okay.
Great all-boys school out there near Morristown. And it was leading up to the draft. And Jack was going to be a first-rounder of high school, and then Anthony ended up being a first-rounder of high school.
Right.
But I told all the teams, this was in 2019, I said, my son's going to college. I signed out of high school with the Yankees. 3 years later, I'm pitching in big leagues.
That's right.
Even though that was cool, and I had a lot of arm
I still
injury,
think it's cool today.
I wanted my son to go to college, and he's smart.
To experience it. I get it.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
he went on to Vanderbilt. But so that's sidebar. And leading up to the draft, Michael Volpe, Anthony's father,
Right.
Just talking about the what ifs and the possibilities and all that. They are crazy, crazy Yankee fans. Legit.
Yep.
Often you'll hear players kind of fib it a little bit or maybe exaggerate it. I think I might have when I first got signed. I was like, I love baseball. I went to more Yankee games than Mets games. I said, he's like, no way. I said, well, what? About the hatred of the Red Sox.
Right.
You-
Oh, I got a story.
Let me ask you,
We are pinging all over the
All
place,
right,
but
do
I've got
you-
a story for you that you're going to love.
Do you hate the Mets more than you hate the Red Sox?
You know what? I guess I would hate the Red Sox more because growing up in New Jersey and New York, you can't really hate the Mets. I mean, I don't like them because I'm a Yankee fan, but I guess I would hate the Red Sox more. Yeah, I hate the Red Sox more.
First of all, that should be a no-brainer
Yeah, right.
because the Red Sox. Do I have to show you the
No, but I'm
Bill
just saying-
Lee or the Lou Piniella
Right.
brawl at home plate with Carlton Fisk?
I get you.
There's deep hatred there.
No, there is. And wait, I got to tell you the story.
And
It's
they're in the
amazing.
way of
Yeah.
you getting to a World Series.
Right, of course
the
they are.
Mets are not in the way
No.
unless you do like
Right.
what I got a chance to do
Yeah.
in 2000 and play the Yankees in the World Series.
Right.
So I said to Michael gave us the same answer.
Yeah.
No way, Yankee, Mets, Red
Red Sox. Right.
And I said, all right, well, here, I'm going to play this out. This is before the draft.
Sure.
And with the 23rd pick in the 2019 draft, the Boston Red Sox select Anthony Volpe.
Oh.
You have no say.
I can imagine.
Zero. You know what he said?
What'd he say?
I'm going to go out and buy Red Sox stuff.
Oh my God, no.
Of course.
Wow. No, you can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
All right,
you
you
can't go out and buy Red Sox stuff.
You have 2 daughters.
Yeah, sure.
What if you had a son
No.
that was really good?
No.
All right, so he gets drafted by the Red Sox.
Yeah, fine.
What does he do?
I'm telling. I don't.
He's offered $6 million to sign.
I'm buying Red Sox stuff. I guess. I guess I'm buying Red Sox stuff.
But you know what's funny? I was telling you.
Jerry Seinfelder's right. You're rooting for laundry.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
It's
gosh.
true. When you fraudulent Yankee fans.
I'm a fraudulent. What? How
Thank
am I
you.
fraudulent?
Thank
I'll
you.
tell you
Thank
what,
you.
When Wade Boggs was on that damn
I thought
New
it
York
was
City
great.
horse, I thought it was great. 2 years ago, you hated the guy.
No way.
Roger Clemens becomes a Yankee. You hated Roger.
No way. They're always Yankees.
Tell me that if Pedro becomes a
Yankees.
Yankee, you'd love Pedro.
But they're always Yankees. They're Yankees.
So you don't love the person or hate the person. You love the laundry.
Right. I get what you're saying. You're right. I try to make fun, but you're right. I get what you're saying. I understand.
So
you're right, laundry.
I had the privilege of growing up with a friend who passed away, Anthony Vivaro. He was a pitcher for the Braves and the Red Sox. His dad, a die-hard Yankee fan. He hated the fact that he had to see his son wearing a Red Sox jersey. He despised it with all his back, but he still had to go because he had to support his son, but he couldn't at the end of the day sleep going, my son is on the enemy's team.
Yeah.
Like I understand that. I was telling him before, if his daughters were to marry someone else, he would not. He would be a fraud, and he would tell his son-in-law or daughter-in-law, "Oh, I love that team." Like he's.
I try to make everybody feel nice. I don't want to upset anybody.
You're a front runner at times.
I try to be everybody's friend. You know, like when we met this morning here, and you're like, "Hey, are you Yankees or Mets?" I got nervous, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to say that I'm a Yankee fan, even though I am. I don't want to disappoint you. You only get one chance to make a first impression. I mean, it's just what it was.
Be authentic, man.
Wow.
I would tell you a Yankee fan. Did I grow up a Met fan? Yes. David Cohn switched me. Coney was the one that I grew up a Met fan. Bonilla, Howard Johnson.
Right.
I loved it. And then as soon as Cohn left the Mets, I followed Cohn. I didn't follow him to Kansas City. I stayed with the Yankees at that point.
Did you follow him to Toronto?
Toronto too, with Joe Carter. I was there for that championship.
Wow. Listen, you brought up the song "Meet the Mets." I want to ask you a question. All right?
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. So hear me out here. Hear me out. I want you to make the call on this one. Where is it? All right. Here we go. All right. So I want you to tell me, and I want you to you figure out these three songs in order from first to third, being the number one song all the way down to the third song, the third best. All right. You have these three songs to choose from. You have, of course. Let's go, Mets. You remember the song? To make the dream work. Let's go. All right. So you got your "Let's Go Mets" song. Okay. You've got.
By the way, that was the '86 version. That's not the real deal.
What do you mean it's not the real deal? It's a great song. Let's Go Mets.
No, it's a good. No, but it's not the Mets song.
Yeah, it's not.
Is this
Meet the Mets.
Meet the Mets.
Meet the Mets. Step right up and meet the Mets.
Come on.
Bring your kiddies, bring your wife.
Yes.
Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are in. Come on, Doug. You guys know the song? Hitting those home runs over the wall.
Wow.
East side, west
He doesn't know the lyrics now.
This is
Come
amazing.
on, everybody
these
down to meet the M-E-T-S Mets,
I know that
the
part.
New York Mets.
Okay. All right.
You're going to give me the PIX
Or-
jingle Yankee thing.
Yankees, how you doing? Come on, you remember this song?
Third place.
What?
No way. And I'm a Yankee fan. No
This is
way.
how you doing? Joey Baseballs and Carmen Manucci. Remember this song in the 90s? That was huge.
No.
All right, so go ahead.
No,
So
man.
Give me your order. Give me your
For
order.
non-nostalgic reasons, I would think Pure Music.
Right.
That was cool.
Okay.
Because we would be at the
Right.
club.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Dougie would be on
How
there.
you doing?
Dougie would be in the VIP thing with the bottle service.
Always.
All right, so,
No shirt on.
Which place are those three songs?
Oh, the Meet the Mets.
Meet the Mets at number one.
Yeah.
Well, the other song is a bit fraudulent because it's from the '86 when they were
When they were awesome.
I know, but I was already with the Yankees, so I'll go this Yankee one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going meet
However,
meet the Mets.
Yeah.
How you doing? And then 86 Mets song. We got the team. Wow.
why didn't you put the PIX one?
I didn't even have that one. I didn't have that one. I didn't have it. Oh my God. All right. You ready here? I want you to. How much more time do we have until we take a break? We're good? Okay, good. Gotcha. All right, here, I got another one for you, all right? This one you can...
Al, by the way, he's been all weekend long. This is what he did. He came up with games
That's right.
and ideas for you. He's so excited about this.
I really am. I think this will be great.
Wait,
all right.
keep going. I'm okay.
Seriously, I got Doug Wells. I had no idea this was going to be so much fun, this interview. I swear to God. I had no idea. This is so great.
Okay, go.
All right, I want you to put these three in order, all right? I want you to rank the best home run calls. We got... Oh, that's the PIX, right, that's right.
That's what I wrote.
Yep.
That's right, that's a great one. I didn't even think about that one. I immediately thought about the Carmen Minouche song.
You remember that? All right.
All right, so rank these three. These are the home run calls, all right? I want you to rank Phil Rizzuto's Holy Cow.
Holy cow, what a way to end it! Holy cow! Holy cow, he did it!
Right?
Opposite field! Holy cow!
So you got Holy Cow, or you have Michael K's See Ya.
Driven deep to left field. There it goes! See ya! There it goes! See ya! Oh my! Put it to orbit!
Yeah!
Deep to left. There it
Goes!
goes!
See Ya!
See ya!
Or John Sterling's It's Gone.
It's line to deep left field. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. There's a drive deep left center field. It is high. It is far. It is gone to the back row of the monster seats.
All right, so how do you put them in order? 1, 2, and 3. You got Phil Rizzuto, Holy Cow. You got John Sterling, It's Gone. And you got the Michael K. See Ya. Rank them.
All right, so I'm going to start with I love Michael K. He's been a friend for 30 whatever years. There's no way. Rizzuto's got to be 1.
Yep.
John Sterling.
Number 2. I get it. It's almost hard to pick.
And then Michael.
And then Michael K.
Yeah.
I felt the same way.
I mean, I thought you were going to do the Sterling. Now he adds the
of course,
the
right?
flair to the
Yeah,
end.
there's no way because I mean his flair, I mean how he does all the rhymes, all the players, you can't contend with that. But I just wanted to do just the regular home run call.
Yeah.
You know, they're authentic home run call.
I think Michael would agree with that though too.
I think so as well. Yeah. I don't know how he could not.
I think
you
you
talked to
would.
Michael recently?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, listen, guys, we got to take a quick where-to-go break, all right? When we get back, we're going to tell some fun stories, and I've got another, yes, we're going to open up some baseball cards, and I've got another one for you. I want you to figure out what the next pitch was that you threw. We'll do it when we get back. From our next where to go.
All weekend long, this is what he did. He thought about you. He thought about you.
I want to know if he remembers all the pitches, all the great pitches. There's one particular pitch that you made, and I want to see if you remember that pitch.
You're telling me the 1-0 changeup to Derek Jeter in a 2-1 game in the 7th inning? I'm still pissed off.
It's
at Derek.
sort of about that one. That's not
I
the
hope
one.
it's not that one.
That's not the one. It is with Derek Jeter, though.
Way to piss off our guests. Way to piss off our guests.
No, it is a pitch against Derek Jeter, but it's not that one. All right, guys. This, of course, is Where to Go. And today's podcast show sponsor is CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. When your home needs help with heating, plumbing, air conditioning, or HVAC, or even electrical services, you want to call CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. Call the number on the screen, CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. They're a New Jersey family-owned company since 1965. CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. That's where to go.
Where to go? Servers for Hire. Why not be a guest at your very own event? Put your event in the hands of professionals with Servers for Hire. They offer buffet setups, formal plated dinners, bartending, grill chefs, even kitchen cleanup. From small gatherings to large events, let Servers for Hire handle the details while you make unforgettable memories. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram at Servers4HireNJ. Servers for Hire into New Jersey, Staten Island, and even New York City. Be a guest at your next event. That's where to go.
Where to go?
One bite? Are you kidding me? At Melly's Pizza in Marlboro, New Jersey, you're going to want that whole slice. Melly's serves up hand-tossed homemade pizzas with perfect crispy crust. Their rich tomato sauce, melty cheese, it's going to take you back to Grandma's old kitchen. Anthony Melly, along with his wife and 2 amazing daughters, they welcome you to their home away from home to try that signature thin and crispy, homemade fresh pizza. Melly's Pizza? One bite? It just ain't enough. Melly's Pizza, that's where to go.
Where to go?
I want you to check out the best cheesesteak in Bergen County, New Jersey. Over in Ridgefield, we're talking Bobo's Cheesesteak. Its owner, Tommy, just loves to give back to his town. He offers 15% off for all first responders, and he also shares that love with local teachers in the Ridgefield Park School District as well. What type of meat is on Bobo's Cheesesteak? 100% ribeye. Bobo's located 252 Main Street in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Check him out at Bobo's Cheesesteak on Instagram. That's where to go.
Where Way to go.
Come to Abate Bakery in Matawan, New Jersey, where tradition meets taste. Founded in 1976, this family-run bakery, owned by Victor Abate, serves up delicious pastries, fresh bread, and custom cakes for all occasions. Valentine's Day is coming up. Why not treat your loved ones to a sweet Valentine's Day goodie from Abate Bakery, 247 Main Street in Matawan, New Jersey, or call the phone number on the screen to place your order. Visit abatebakery.com for more info. Abate Bakery, where every bite is baked with love. Abate Bakery, that's where to go.
Way to go.
All right, and we are back, guys. We're having such a good time. This is Greg T Live. And one more time, if you're a small business and you'd like to be a part of the podcast, please hit me up at Greg T Live. Message me. I will reach out to you guys. And then next week, we'll be telling all of them about where to go for you guys. All right, now we're back. Our guest today, Al Leiter, with baseball season right around the corner. Any early predictions on who you think could be in the World Series next year?
If the Dodgers don't win it all,
yeah,
the whole fantasy offseason moves of what the team looks like on paper gets thrown out the window. They are head and shoulders. I won't get into the minutia of the nerd stuff of WAR and all of that, and next level statistics that has marginally ruined our sport.
Yeah, right.
The Dodgers are just.
But what about the Mets with Soto?
Mets
I mean, that's to me. Again, maybe I'm just a big blockbuster. I read the headlines and I believe it immediately. But I guess so me, I would just think that the Mets are
No, Met. So look, I think that it'll be harder to handicap everybody else after the Dodgers. That doesn't mean they're going to win, but you could already see here when they end up signing, Montas, who was going to be number 2. He's not ready. The way Minaya was the end of last year and postseason, he was the ace. You have Holmes, who was a closer for the Yankees, who could be viewed, if people don't know pitching, as an experiment. Not only are they putting him in the rotation, he's pitching opening day.
That's right.
So there's a lot of question marks. Senga, who's kind of, they're going to slow him down with respect to innings. He's pitching game 5. So I think during the spring, Edwin Diaz, I don't know if you guys watch the Mets much. I know you don't.
Oh, my God.
Velocity's down. A guy like Edwin Diaz, I mean, exceptional stuff, 98, 99, 100. It's been down a little bit. So, there's always that, right?
Sure.
The Mets are going to be in it, no question.
Of course.
The NL East is going to be phenomenally difficult.
Yeah, right.
The Phillies are right there, 1A.
That's right.
The Braves had a lot of injuries last year.
I think the NL is going to be completely, it's just super exciting.
I think the Central's like, hey, what about us?
Yeah.
Well, everybody, you're right. Everybody, and I'm going to say Pittsburgh, but the NL Central also is going to be.
I think Paul Skeens wants to get out of Pittsburgh, knowing how much competition there is out there. He's the big dog in town in Pittsburgh, but I think he'll get just like I'm dying for Mike Trout to come east.
Well, I think that
eventually
that ship sailed.
I know.
A couple years ago, and I think it was in 19 or 20 when they really were pivoting after Albert left. They gave Mike an opportunity. To come east, and I think it was either Baltimore or Philly was going to do something.
Philly, yeah.
I mean, there he is in South Jersey, and he said no. They're able to, you have no trade clause.
I thought when Bryce came to the Phillies, that was almost the bait that they were casting.
Here's my thing about we have our modern day Mickey Mantle that starts his games at 10:05 every night in Anaheim. Mm-hmm. And, we're missing the baseball. Unfortunately for the people on the West Coast, they're nice baseball fans, it matters East Coast, right?
Right. Yep.
I mean, that's it. The original teams and all that. To not be able to appreciate a healthy Mike Trout for the last 10, 12 years.
Sure.
Because most people, unless you're drilling down on the Angels, you're not staying up till 10 o'clock to watch him get 3 at-bats.
And it works great for the Dodgers because Shohei has everybody in Japan watching at lunch and
that is true.
Midday.
Yep.
So
totally. And he's a unicorn. I mean,
of course.
When he came over, I work at MLB Network, and I do breakdowns and look at it closely. Yeah. And the reason why I liked him as a pitcher more than a hitter, because if they were going to do both, and I know what it takes to prepare and process every single day to lead up to a start, I just didn't think that he would have been able to do both preparation and practice and work.
Right.
To be elite.
Yeah.
Because these guys, hitters, they got to be on it every day.
Right.
So I said, he'll probably mess around with hitting and then he'll end up being a pitcher. Well, I was wrong there.
Yep.
Nobody since Babe Ruth, and I question as to what kind of pitcher he was or whatever was going on back in the 20s.
Right.
So he's a unicorn. I mean, reason why he got $700 million or whatever the hell he got.
Like for you, when it was your turn to get up to bat, Was it one of those things where like I'm just getting up there, like whatever, take a couple cracks. If I connect, great.
Did you? I don't know if you've ever seen me hit, but I think, the worst hitter ever in the history of Major Leagues.
Well, I just know as pitchers, it kind of is like secondary. It's like, all right, I got to do it at the time.
What I was able to do, and I do miss it, but I know why baseball did it, because most people who aren't really big baseball fans, they don't appreciate the 2-1.
Sure.
Or the 3-2. They want 9-8, right? And lead changes, lots of scoring, home runs, right? There hasn't been one rule change since 1968 that has benefited a pitcher. Not one. Mm-hmm. And it continues that trend with trying to figure out to get more offense.
Do you think you would be able to love the pitch clock eventually if you were still on the mound?
So initially I didn't like it because there's a mental process to it all, and you should not inhibit into that space you might take a little longer and you might just get the ball and go, whatever. But now watching it, and especially I alluded to my time at Yes Network, boy, oh boy, I can't tell you how many games going up in Fenway doing games for the Yes Network, and it's a 4-hour, 9-inning game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my God, how is this possible? And it wasn't like 15-14.
No, of course.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good. We're in an era of, short attention span,
right, exactly.
ADD, all this other
quick.
stuff.
Yeah, gotta be quick.
Yeah.
How far do you think we are from robots? Officially.
Robot umpire?
Yeah. Like in the majors. I know they're testing them in the minors, but...
Well, so they're doing it in the minors. And I was not a fan of it because I love the idea of kill the umpire. Not literally, but the old proverbial.
Right, yeah.
And I had managers like Billy Martin and Lou Piniella that were super fiery. And it was fun, to see the days of Earl Weaver and those guys and Bobby Cox throwing the...
What would that, if you were going to be a manager or a coach, would that have been who you were going to be? Would you have been one of those fiery coaches?
Probably.
Yeah, you would have been like that.
It's funny. My son, I hate to do any comparison, but I have to realize, and my wife reminds me, because I was a lunatic. I had my hair on fire, and I was. The people thought I was crazy.
Yeah,
and it helped me because I think I actually got outs because of it. And my son is just so he's my wife, and he's just like
chill.
Really,
looking at him like,
wow,
come on, what's wrong?
Show me something.
Throw something.
Right. You got to have that.
Yeah, but the clock's good. The clock has been good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, the robot.
Yeah,
so
robot.
I'm watching AAA games last year. I don't want a complete robot behind home plate where the guy just hears beep and he puts his arm up. They do a challenge system, and we're seeing it in some of the games. It's good because it's now making the home plate umpire be accountable.
Right.
There's going to be 3 challenges a team.
Mm-hmm.
No different than the flag in throwing the
in football.
Yes, thank you. It'll be good.
I agree.
But that's the extent of it, and that's where the survey took him.
I get what you're saying. Here we go with Doug. More shots.
Dougie.
To Doug Wells, the general manager of Ray Catena Mercedes.
He's right.
You're going to drive that new car very fast out of the parking lot at Ray Catena.
Yeah, Dougie, no chance.
All right, so we have these 3. We have baseball cards in front of you.
Yep.
These are you on different teams on a baseball card. What's it feel like to look at yourself on a baseball card? Remember before you said, "What's a number? What's a number? Who cares?"
Well, that is
you
true.
didn't care you were getting older.
If there's one that's remotely young and probably decent, looking enough about 20 pounds ago, is this one.
See, now all of a sudden, now you want to go back maybe and say,
Here, I'll tell you, we're not far from. So when I first got called up to the Yankees in 1987, the rookie salary was $62,000 in 1987.
Jeez.
Right, $750 now.
Wow.
So after that call up, to make a couple $1,000, $1,500 or $2,000 for. Hey, we're having a radio show here. Stop slamming the doors.
People are shopping.
We got to get the floors done here.
So great. We're live at Ray Catena Mercedes-Benz, and people are literally shopping for cars. So they're going in and out of the cars. We're hearing the car doors slam as we're interviewing Al Leiter.
So last week we had St. Patrick's here. St. Patrick's
Day
here.
My God!
The car smelled like corned beef.
Yeah, we had corned beef and cabbage.
Corned beef
Everything
and
was
cabbage.
cooked here. It was a nut. It was good fun.
We have cheesesteak.
Yes, we do.
From Bobby O's.
We're bringing you in. We're bringing you in. Cheesesteak day. Go ahead.
Wait, what did you ask me? See?
I wanted to know, what's it feel like?
No. Oh, here, I'll tell you this.
Yes.
1987, get called up to the big leagues. You thought you had ADD.
I love this. I swear.
I can't control both of you.
You are making this interview so much more fun.
I get called up. And a way to make a few $1,000 in the wintertime was you did the Little League banquet circuit, the chicken dinner circuit.
Yep.
And we have young rookie Al Leiter at the banquet. And you go to the banquet. And my first banquet was in Metuchen.
Really?
Not far from here, right?
Yep.
All right. So I get there and I'm 21.
Yeah.
And it's in January.
Right.
And I'm leading up to go to Fort Lauderdale. Used to be our spring training, not in Tampa.
Right.
And a little kid comes over and goes, Mr. Leiter, could you sign my card, your card, a Topps card? And I'm like, absolutely.
Yes.
Kid. So he said, okay, I'll go back to my seat and I'll come back. He comes back. And this is actually in 1988. No, this is not an 88. This is an 89 card. He comes back to me and he gives me the card. It's Topps. Unlike today, where there's a ton of cards and a lot of different companies, Topps was the big deal, right?
Well, of course, that was it. It was Topps and Fleer. Those are like the two big ones.
And then Upper Deck came in.
That's right. Then they all started coming in through. That's right.
Donruss.
That's right. Donruss.
But he gives me the card, and I look at it. I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah.
My first rookie card in 1988, his name was Steve George, and he was on my card.
No way.
Yes. And how they determined it, I wish you would have had it.
Oh, my God.
So the year before, I pitched in AA, little AAA, and I got called up. So back then, they would have you Topps. You'd go to spring training, and you'd stand there with a card.
Yeah.
And then they didn't know. Right. They didn't know you're Garret. Right. I'm Billy. He's Joey.
Yeah.
It's not Don Mattingly or Winfield or the big guys.
Right.
So you take your number, and you go like this, and then the guy goes, and I was 56. So, and then you do the fake, right.
Right.
And so when they determined the card in Topps, the headquarters used to be in Brooklyn. They looked at it. And they're like, who the hell is Al Leiter? They didn't know what I looked like, right?
Oh, my God.
So they looked at the glove on the photo of this guy, Steve George, who I played with in the minor leagues. And SG.
So you're telling me there's a card out there with a mistake on it right now?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
So
who's got that card? Holy.
So if you do this,
right?
Does that look like 56? A little bit?
It does.
Yep. All right. So that's how they determined 56 SG, Steve
Oh,
George.
Incredible.
Wait, so 1988, I make the team. My first 4 starts, I go 4-0.
Yeah,
that's when you liked me.
Right, that's right.
And
You were the man.
like,
you were the man.
Holy shit.
That's
Leiter's
right.
going to be rookie
He's
of the year.
phenomenal.
I want to talk to him one day at Ray Catena.
That's right. He's the best.
So they were saying, oh my God, Al Leiter's early for rookie of the year. Stacks of these.
Wow.
Forget about the couple $1,000s I was doing on these chicken dinner things.
Yeah.
I was doing private signings. This card went up to like $15 back then. And now like 25 cents. Now it's back down to what it should have been. It's like 20 cents. I was doing these signings because they were putting them in vaults.
I cannot believe it.
It was when cards started taking off. And of course, I amount to nothing.
Oh, come on.
These cards went from $15 back to 20 cents. And people were so pissed because they bought a lot of these.
Incredible.
I think Michael Rubin owes you a redo, at least on your rookie card.
Ooh, that would be a good
Incredible.
idea. That would be a good idea.
But what, T, do you know a story about his son and his patch?
No.
Like, did you ever end up finding that card?
No. Did you hear about it?
No, I know about it, though, because all the I know you were searching for it.
Tell me the story.
Doug's got it.
Doug, you got it?
Oh, you did? I was so upset. So my nephew, Mark Leiter Jr., my brother played in the big leagues. My nephew's with the Yankees.
Right, yes.
And so I didn't know anything about this. So what Major League Baseball, they're doing a great job with like parlay and all of this into like, interest and collectors and money.
Yeah.
So you make your Major League debut, they put a little patch on your sleeve and it says MLB debut.
Gotcha.
All right. So you go out and whatever happens, right after the game, they pull off your patch.
Okay.
So the deal was with Topps, and they put a Topps patch card. There's only one.
Right.
101. And they're now marketing this thing into, really exciting stuff. So somebody got it out of Encinitas, California. And I tracked them down because I was telling Doug about I was doing an MLB show, and I was like, Lauren Shahadi, who works on the show with me, she's like, well, let's see if we could find it. And it came down to this collectible store in Encinitas, California, found out. I called the shop.
Yeah.
A guy got the pack.
Right.
Opens it, one of his regulars, a place called Ross Collectibles, because I called, and I was like, look. And the person who got it from buying a $2 packet, he sold it for $3,000 somewhere on eBay or some auction site. So I then started tracing this.
Yep.
And I'm still in the hunt because I wanted something special but I didn't even know that this was a thing.
Wow.
But fast forward, he just mentioned Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
Did you see what it went for?
1.1.
1.1 million.
Holy shit, no way.
And like a 10-year-old, 10, 11-year-old was the one that pulled the card.
Oh my God.
And he was hard. He had either a mom or a dad as a lawyer because he was bargaining hard.
My God.
Because the Pirates were going to offer him lifetime tickets, seats next to Paul
What an
Skeen's
incredible story.
girlfriend.
This is incredible.
Yeah, Livy Dunn got involved, and she was going to, and the kid was saying, nope, he got one.
Oh my God. Oh. That's incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. All
right, I have a question for you. So I've got a Yankee.
What if we find Jack's card? Can we give away a car if we find Jack's card?
Or put him on the spot. All right, so I've got a Yankee jersey.
I would jazz something up for it.
I got a Yankee jersey at home, right? I happen to get lucky one day with a lot of Yankees all at one place, right? So
be honest, you were on stage at
MetLife
at Giant Stadium at the time with all the Yankees.
I didn't want to go through all the stories, but okay, fine. So so there was a big concert.
I just found a jersey and it had all the Yankees signed on it.
All right, so there was a big concert that the radio station was throwing, and we had gotten a phone call from I guess Yankee PR, and they were like, "Hey, listen, the Yankees had a day game. A couple of the guys want to go to the show. We know that Bon Jovi's playing and blah blah blah. Can you get him in? No problem." So then backstage doors open up, and then out of these trucks comes Clemens, and it's David Wells, and it's Vanderwall, and it's Shane Spencer, a couple, maybe one or two others that were there. I forget exactly.
Mickey Mantle, Whitey Ford,
and it was actually
Baby Ruth.
The reason why they were there, it was Cody Clemens' birthday. So so Roger wanted to take him to the concert. So that's why they were all there. So I had this Yankee jersey on, and I had some people sign it. I had all four of them: Clemens, Wells, Vanderwall, and Spencer. My buddies always make fun because I figured, oh my God, this jersey's gonna be worth something one day. Which guy that signed this jersey has brought the value down? Shane Spencer, John Vanderwall, David Wells, and Clemens. Who brings the value down in that shirt?
Well, first of all, I don't want to insult my old teammate who came over to the Mets and Shane Spencer. Nice outfielder. He came on the scene and helped the Yankees win by an amazing September. I think he had 10 homers. Johnny Vanderwall, nice left-handed
great guy.
hitter. Clearly, they do not have the career of the other two. David Wells is a borderline Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
If Roger didn't have the issues that he's had, he's the greatest pitcher, I think, of all time.
There you go. That's right.
So, pick one of those two
I would
guys.
say for me...
Actually, you ruined it, and I love David. I played with David for a long time in Toronto.
Yeah?
You actually only want one guy on an item.
So I'm the one that ruined it.
You ruined
them. So it wasn't even... So it's not one of them. I actually did because I got too many people to sign it.
I got to teach them about collecting, though. But if they all had something in common, maybe that's one thing,
They're all like 500
I didn't
homers.
think about that, though.
Yeah.
Wow, so I'm the... You're right. Because
So
I got
are you trying to get an answer? Or?
Well, no, I always thought that John Vanderwall, because I'm like, well, where is John Vanderwall today? That maybe he brought the value down. I always thought it was either going to be Shane Spencer or John Vanderwall brings the value down. That having Wells and Clemens both on the shirt made really good sense and had a great value.
True.
But then these two I thought maybe brought it down.
But how insulting. Here you are, a Yankee fan. You're like, it'd be like getting your autograph, and saying, no, Doug Wells, thanks, I'm not interested.
There's always somebody.
Dougie's like, he'll get all sensitive.
There's always one person that brings the value down, though, and it happens.
I have something with 3 signatures on it. Something in common.
What do you have signed?
I'm the only one who has it. I'm going to go get it.
All right, bring it up.
All right, so here's the sound I want you to make the call, okay? This is before we alluded to it. There was a pitch that you make, okay? And I want you to tell me if you remember the pitch that you made, all right? Okay. So here, and I got the sound for you. Mitch, you got the clip ready to go? All right, so here we go, Al. It is Game 5 of the 2000 Subway World Series. Mm-hmm. It's in the first inning. Ooh. Derek Jeter is up. You got a 2-2 count on Derek Jeter. What is the next pitch that you threw?
You going to sound full or something here?
Well, all right, well, if I play the sound...
I have done TV. All right, no, don't play.
If I play the sound...
No,
okay, go ahead.
All right, what do you think you're going to throw?
What do you think?
Well, I struck him out with a curveball down and in.
Wow. So you do remember all the pitches.
I remember most of them because I'm glad you didn't mention the 7th inning 1-0 changeup.
No.
And Derek would tell me years later, I told him, I said, I can't believe I threw you a changeup because I'd throw like 3 changeups a game.
Right.
We're winning 2-1 in the 7th.
Right.
We win. We go back to Yankee Stadium, Game 6. We make it interesting. and I threw him a changeup, and Derek looks at me and goes, "You didn't only throw me one changeup; you threw me back-to-back changeups."
So you guys actually go back and forth and razz each other on how you guys pitched against each other.
I mean,
That's amazing.
in a game-deciding World Series game.
That's
yeah.
great.
But I remember a lot of them, but you don't remember all of them. But here, did I get it right?
You got it right. Here we go.
2-2. 2-1 fastball inside.
Here we go. You stared him down.
2 gone. And
Right there.
Finishes Derek Jeter off with
put-
a slider.
With a slider.
You know what?
With a slider.
He was one of the best ever. That was a curveball, Tim.
Yep.
That was Tim McCarver. Now
Yeah.
the late Tim McCarver.
Right.
So weird.
That's
for me to say
crazy.
stuff like
Yep.
that. No, that had the bigger tilt. It was hard to see from the center field camera as a lefty. The camera's wells are always a little bit slightly left center.
You knew the pitch that you wanted because when I was reviewing that clip, you kept on shaking off and shaking off. So you knew exactly the pitch that you wanted to throw to Derek Jeter that day.
Always. I never, even though Mike Piazza, Hall
Right.
of Famer, our superstar, I never relied on my catcher.
Gotcha.
And now I want us to have some serendipity here,
Right.
and I hope we're connected.
Yes.
But if not, and the reason why there's multiple shakes, because Mike knew my go-to. He would, in that
Right.
case, he would have gone high fastball, said no.
Right.
He went cutter, I said
Yeah.
no. I hope he didn't go changeup, and then I went curveball.
I just thought it was really, I thought it was interesting that because I was watching you, and I'm watching you and your eyes, and you're staring at Piazza, and you're shaking him off, and I'm like, he legitimately is staring at Jeter, like he knows the pitch that he wants. I thought that was so cool that, it's like you have two amazing superstars looking at each other eye to eye, and you're like, no. I'm taking it to him. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then you struck him out.
Yeah.
I just
Really
find it
nice.
hard looking at
Good
Mike
job.
Piazza's eyes and telling
Great.
him no.
Really great. That's you too. Yeah. Come on, Doug, please.
All right.
Doug, come on, please. Please. Doug Wells, everybody.
Hi,
Can we
everybody.
get Doug a chair? Can we get Doug a chair, please?
So take a peek at this. First of all, what's the baseball from?
Okay.
The All-Star game.
All-Star game.
Now
in what,
all
14?
three signatures on this
Or
ball
13?
were signed in front of me with these people. So I have the starting pitcher from the game, who was Matt Harvey.
Bring a chair.
I have the starting
Sit
third
down.
baseman, which is
David
Wright, and I have the honoree of the game, which was Johnny
I think
Franco.
he threw out the first ball, didn't he?
Wow.
Yep. So that's all three signed that ball.
Teammate, and
Friend.
been out with him a lot.
Been out.
Come on, Doug,
And
sit
then,
down,
no,
sit
I
down.
got somebody better. Look who just happened to be here.
Yo!
Come on. It's all right.
Wait a minute. He didn't
Come on.
happen to be here.
I was in the neighborhood.
You just pulled up to the Mercedes dealership.
He's trying to get more money from me. My daughter's lease is up. Al. Jason.
Greg T.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
So
Nice to meet you.
we haven't. How long does this thing go?
Well, we really only do 1 hour. I mean, you're killing it today.
Dude, we could do whatever we
By the
want.
way,
All right.
remember we were talking about the starting pitcher for Atlanta?
Yeah. I welcome to the show. I'm Greg T. This is Greg T Live. That's Garret. You already know Al Leiter.
Yes, nice to meet you. Good to be here.
So we podcast here every Monday, starting at 11 a.m. I don't know what else to say to this guy. My heart is like racing.
All right. By the way, this
Yes.
is a good story,
Right.
Because, under the circumstance of as sad as it was, the first game after 9/11,
Right.
we played our arch nemesis, the Braves.
They're at the Braves, right?
And a local kid from Staten Island, Jason Marquis, was pitching for the Braves.
Yep.
And stuck it to us.
Yep.
Until another New Yorker who lived eye shot away from Shea Stadium
Yeah.
in Steve Carsey, who gives up a home run to our star.
Wow.
And we win the game.
You're taking me back. I remember vaguely, but I gotcha.
So the question is, how tight was your booty hole?
I think I can answer it.
Oh my God.
No, but that had to be. I mean, yeah. Tell it. I've never asked you. Take us through the whole day.
You know what?
You stay at the Hyatt, or were you in
I
Staten Island?
I stayed in Staten Island. I stayed at home, which I normally did.
By the way,
Came
Jay,
in-
from Staten Island as well. We were. I was just telling Elle about my friend Anthony Vivaro as well.
Yeah, I'm with the family. I was close with Anthony.
And another Staten
before
Island
the
great.
unfortunate
tell him
tragedy.
he said he faced you in high school and he had a double off the wall.
I did not
So,
say
a
that.
lot of guys did.
I did not say
A lot
that.
of guys did.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to high school?
Monsignor Farrell.
Oh, you went to Farrell.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a Jersey guy. I didn't have any of this good culture in Staten
I'm
Island.
in Jersey now, so
All right, all right.
I only
across
say,
the border.
I only say that because we just saw the ball with John Franco on there, and he was the staple of Staten Island
Yes.
growing up as well.
He was somebody to look up to, Brooklyn guy, Staten Island guy. But in terms of the game,
Yeah.
we opened up on the road against, I believe, Pittsburgh or Philly. And obviously with the big three, with Maddox, Glavine. Smoltz was in the bullpen at the time. Millwood was the number 3. So they approached me if I was okay pitching the first game back in New York, which was the 4th game post the 9/11 tragedy, which I was okay with. You know, as an athlete, we sort of try to train ourselves to be in this little bubble and emotional window and sort of compartmentalize our emotions, whether it could be a tragedy like this or you're arguing with family members or your body's hurting. You learn how to lock in. So I had to really do a really good job of understanding that the magnitude of the game, but still I had a job to do.
Right.
Especially as a young guy, you sort of want to show you could handle these bigger pressure situations. So I sort of got lost in that first, and once I was taken out of the game, was able to sort of sit back and really understand the magnitude of the game. Al could attest to that, getting in moments and big moments, whether it's that or the World Series or big, quote-unquote bigger games. Yeah, obviously, I always went into every game a little, you want to call it nerves and anxious energy, ready to go. But once you start pitching and you get in a little comfort zone,
right,
you tend to like
you're in the zone.
You're in the zone.
What year was that for you?
That was my second or third year in the big leagues.
So your first year in the big leagues was 98.
2000 was my first year in the big leagues. That was
oh, that's right, 2001. Yeah,
2001. So it was my second year in the big league. It was probably my 20-something start in the big leagues at that time.
Wow.
So that heavy. Obviously that.
And listen, I don't want to understate like, oh, I'm bigger than the moment. But you sort of train yourself to be prepared for those moments. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of one of the reasons you're able to stick around a long time.
I mean, I know we're bringing up something that was heinous and sad for so many,
yeah,
especially locally, but that had the environment, hands down, of a World Series, all the pomp with it.
Right, of course.
Singers and the national anthem, Diana Ross, and Liza Minnelli came out for the 7th inning stretch.
Was that the Piazza home run?
Presidents, yeah, that was the Piazza home run, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
George Bush was there.
Yeah, right, through the first pitch. It's right. Amazing. Wow.
I think that was the one where he didn't want to wear a vest or whatever.
Yeah, so it almost had, like Al said, the feel and the pomp of a World Series, but people were still on edge a little bit because who knew? There was an unknown of what might happen next.
Complete unknown, yeah.
But, you know, I'm glad it came out the way it did. It gave a little glimmer of hope of a dark days. You know what I mean?
But just as important, who was your dad rooting for that day?
My dad grew up originally a Brooklyn Dodger fan. When they moved to L.A., he became a Yankee fan.
What?
Yeah.
There you
I mean,
go.
Some people stay, some people change their allegiance.
We were talking about
it earlier about switching teams.
Dad's always going to root for the kid. That's the reality of the situation.
But
in that moment, it was a New York thing, a United States thing.
Yeah.
I know we've said it over years and years. There's one game you didn't mind sort of at the end, New York win. I just didn't want it to be at my expense.
Right.
Well, it wasn't.
It wasn't. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So what brought you through here? Come on, say the podcast, of course.
What brought me through here? I keep getting letters from Doug Wells to take my money to buy more cars. So that's.
Oh, you get those letters too? I thought it was just me.
My daughter's lease is up on a car, so I was in the neighborhood looking at something else.
He came for Bobo's cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
wow, okay. And free food.
Bobo's.
I like it.
Bring over your cheesesteaks. We got Bobo's from Richfield Park, New Jersey. Today's National Cheesesteak Day.
Awesome.
I know. It's a cheesesteak. Please.
Cheesesteak.
Yeah.
We can wash it down with a cheesesteak.
Are you Bob?
I'm Tommy. I bought it from two guys named Bob.
Okay.
There you go.
So I found out about Bobo's cheesesteak because Post Malone went there after a show.
One of the Bobs is his brand manager.
Oh, there we go. That makes sense then.
We have names on here? What is this?
No. So that's just a different kind of sandwich.
Oh, what is the Ron Man?
I brought a couple.
We got so much going on.
T, give him a microphone.
We'll try him after.
T, give him your mic.
All over
Give him your mic. So what do we have here that we're gonna test out?
Let's start with this one. This is the original Bobo.
All right. So what did you bring us?
I brought you Original Bobo.
Right.
Ribeye, whiz, because
It's right. It's a ribeye. So I learned about it. It's if you don't have ribeye, you don't have a good cheesesteak. It's got to be made with ribeye. That's when I met him. We went over the exact of all the stuff that you
I
make.
gave him one with American cheese, and he's like, "Wait, I wanted whiz." I'm like, he could have just told me that.
Right. But I gotta have whiz. You gotta have whiz.
So that one's got whiz, peppers, and onions.
That's a Philly thing, isn't it? The whiz?
That is the whiz is in Philly, right? But this guy, so he's got, I mean, it's genuine. It is just like really, really delicious cheesesteaks. So he became a client of mine, and it's really good. Look at it.
And it just worked out to today's National Cheesesteak
Wow!
Day on the day of,
Is that right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Now, you guys look pretty trim and fit. You guys.
I'm going to have it afterwards. I'm going to give it a shot, I promise.
Amazing. Listen, I would start eating right now, but I can't eat and talk at the same time. But this is great. I thank you so much for stopping by. I'm sorry I didn't have time. I didn't know that the Al Leiter interview was going to continue.
It's a tough follow, too.
Right, exactly.
So
I mean, he's telling us crazy stories here.
Ron Man, that's ribeye, chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, honey mustard, and American.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Now we're at it. What's the, whatever this is?
That's the Mac Bobo.
Mac Bobo.
See, when you're coming out of Yankee Stadium, you got to go to Ridgefield Park and
like Mac sauce, like Big Mac
and
sauce.
grab one.
Pickles, onions.
Yeah, no,
Sesame
so,
Seed Bun.
and
How many of you young guys know that song?
Oh, I can sing it.
2 all beef patty, special sauce.
Lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed.
Oh, I know it. I don't remember, but I grew up. I'm not that much younger than you, Al. I may look it, but I'm not.
Dougie. Oh, no.
What is going on?
By the way, how old are you?
40, I'll be 47 this year.
Oh, shit.
See, he's younger than me.
What men's league?
Unreal. All right. We have one more break, right? Our last break? All right, so we have to take our one last break. When we get back, we're going to wrap some things up. And thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying today's show. I know I'm enjoying it. This is fantastic. Thank you very much for being here. I can't. This is like radio magic. All right, guys, listen. This is where to go. And today's podcast show sponsor is CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. When your home needs help with heating, plumbing, air conditioning, or HVAC, or even electrical services, you want to call CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. Call the number on the screen, CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. They're a New Jersey family-owned company since 1965. CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. That's where to go.
Where to go? I want you to check out the best cheesesteak in Bergen County, New Jersey. Over in Ridgefield, we're talking Bobo's Cheesesteak. Its owner, Tommy, just loves to give back to his town. He offers 15% off for all first responders, and he also shares that love with local teachers in the Ridgefield Park School District as well. What type of meat is on Bobo's Cheesesteak? 100% ribeye. Bobo's located at 252 Main Street in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Check him out at Bobo's Cheesesteak on Instagram. That's where to go.
Where to go? It's Lavodi's Old World Market with locations in Brick, Englishtown, Aberdeen, Freehold, and Middletown, New Jersey. Lavodi's knows we're all running around these days, so try Lavodi's ready-to-go meals. Pasta, spaghetti, eggplant, chicken, even seafood and steaks. Lavodi's specializes in gluten-free, ready-to-go meals as well. So head into Lavodi's Old World Market. Lavodi's, they're not just great food, they're about our families. Lavodi's, that's where to go.
Where to go? If you're looking to take your fitness routine to all new heights, you gotta check out Balance Fitness Studio on Route 9 in Manalapan. It's high-intensity, low-impact workouts with bungee cords, mini trampolines, aerial yoga, and kangaroo jumping shoes. No matter what type of workout you're trying to do, whether it's toning muscles or just have some fun, Balance offers a unique way to stay fit. So say goodbye to that boring workout and hello to the future of fitness. Visit Balance Studio NJ today and elevate your workout like never before. That's where to go.
Where to go? Asbury Park Distilling Company. You've got to check this place out. Located right on Lake Avenue in the heart of Asbury Park, New Jersey. This isn't just a bar. It's a one-of-a-kind tasting experience. Their bartenders are masters of their craft. Elevate your night out with everybody at Asbury Park Distilling Company. It's Asbury Park's first and only distillery. They distill gin, bourbon, whiskey, vodka, and more. All made in-house from scratch. Asbury Park Distilling Company, where the spirit never dies. That's where to go.
Where to go?
I am sick to my stomach right now. I can't believe this is happening. What an amazing show. What an amazing day. All right, listen, we thought we had amazing shows before this, but this one is definitely takes the cake. This one's the top. It's Greg T Live, and we're getting ready to wrap up here from Ray Catena in Edison, New Jersey, from the Mercedes-Benz showroom. And we've got, this is just an amazing day. It really is. But we've got cheesesteaks. We have everything. We have athletes. Everything. The whole thing is happening. This is all just amazing here. I do have one crazy story that I wanted to share with you. This is a great story. So we were talking about Yankees and Red Sox and everything, and I have a story that I wanted you to go back and be able to tell Kay about. So there was a game between the Yankees and the Red Sox, and Jabba Chamberlain threw the ball right at Youkilis's head. You remember this? In the 9th inning, he was rolling, he was doing well. The Yankees were winning like 2-0 or maybe 2-1. It was a close game, and I remember like it was like a bench clearing brawl came about that, and those two never really liked each other, Jabba Chamberlain and Youkilis.
Was that the Nat game?
What?
That was the Indians.
Oh,
I
that was the
believe.
Indians.
That's what it was. And I remember, and no one could figure it out. Like, I remember Michael Kay yelling on the television, why would he do that? He's having such a great game. Why would he ever do that? Why would he throw the ball directly at Youkilis's head, right? So here's what happened, and I know exactly what happened. I'm about to divulge what exactly transpired. And you're going to think, how the hell does he know? Check this out. All right, so when I was with the radio station, they had me out doing a promotion with Jabba Chamberlain. He had to go out to all of these Dunkin' Donuts, and they were giving out like all kinds of free donuts, and then they're writing out checks to the FDNY and everything. So I was along for the ride, recording the whole entire thing. So they had me in the back seat of this truck. So he was like in a, some tinted out window truck. It was him and his agent. The ESPYs were like the night or 2 nights ahead of time, right? So they were about to go, so the ESPYs were on, and Jabba's agent was in the bathroom at the same time Youkilis was there. So Youkilis was evidently shooting his mouth off. Now this is all hearsay, but I heard the whole thing. So Youkilis is shooting his mouth off, and the agent hears this. So the agent tells Jabba Chamberlain. So Jabba's in the truck with me, right? And Jabba starts going, man, fuck that, fuck them. I can't believe we have to go out to Boston. I hate playing in that place. That's a shithole. He's ripping on the place, right? And I'm thinking, oh my God, he has no idea. I'm sitting in the back seat listening to this whole entire story, right? So all of a sudden the game is playing. I'm watching the game, thinking nothing of it. And we're just watching the game. It's a close game. And out of nowhere, Jabba throws the ball right at Youkilis's head. And that's when Michael Kay starts yelling, why would he do that? Why would he do that? So he did it because his agent told him that Youkilis was in the bathroom shooting his mouth off about Jabba Chamberlain 2 days earlier at the ESPYs. And I'm sitting there watching TV, and I'm like, I know why he did that. I know exactly why he did that. It was unbelievable. So to this day, I've been sitting on the story forever saying, one day I'll be able to meet Michael Kay and tell him, I know why he threw the ball at his head. Unbelievable day, unbelievable story. Thank God nobody got hurt, but that's what happened. That's the true story.
Now tell everybody how you snuck into the World Series.
No, that's another story. That's another story for another day. Which series? The Yankees and Atlanta Braves. I snuck into the in Atlanta. I was there when Lyrics hit the home run.
Could have been 96.
Yeah, it was
96.
Yeah, when Lyrics hit the home run in Atlanta, I was sitting behind home plate. I'd snuck my way into the stadium.
Well, 96 and then 99 they got swept. Right?
Yeah, that's right. So what do you care to comment on that story?
I mean, I knew Jabba.
Pretty
so
cool
I'm
story.
Not surprised. And Youkilis was a guy that pitchers could not like.
That's right. Yeah.
But I don't know why he would have waited as long as he did.
True story, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
And you could do like the old Scotty Rowland. When Scotty used to get hit, he would casually walk over to the other clubhouse, knock on the door, tell Doug Wells to come out and say, if you hit me again, I am going to kill you.
Wow.
And then walk back. He never charged.
Wow.
Well, and it's funny you're talking about.
He did that to Hideo Nomo. Nomo always just hit him. And he walked over at the vet, told Carl to come out, the equipment manager, and said, bring him out here, bring the interpreter. If he does it again, I will kill him.
Wow. What goes on after somebody gets hit with the ball, right? And when the game is over, does any of those players ever like meet behind the scenes and kind of be like, hey man, you threw at me?
There are some stories, I won't mention names, but I know one pitcher and one player, ex-teammate. And there was a little bit of size difference, but the little guy, I guess, was a tougher guy.
Yeah.
I guess trained fighter in the offseason. Called over and said, hey, meet me in the parking lot.
No way.
And the guy said no.
Wow.
So there are all these little backstories that, that people that, you don't hear about. But it does happen.
But instead of just talking about the guys that you did get to hit on the field, is there one player you guys, you know what, I should have given them a little bit more or gotten to them that you never got to in your careers?
Besides Al, a few. Yeah, I mean, we always have our few nemesis, and not sometimes for the reason you think, just because they either owned us or
right.
They just
there were some guys that I.
Are there some that got away from you?
Yeah. In terms of the pitch or the player?
Oh, please.
Well, no. For you guys,
yes, of course. You never admitted to it. There were times, and when I came into the big leagues, maybe a little less for Jason. It was common practice.
Right.
Your guy got hit or knocked down. Immediately, the conversation was, if they thought it was on purpose, you were gonna let them know. That's how you police it.
Wow.
And that happened all the time.
Yeah, a lot of it sometimes came from the manager.
Yep.
Sometimes it was a player coming over you and asking him to do a favor. I always liked the theory of, instead of hitting the guy that was supposed to be hit, knowing that he was doing all the trash talking and all the nonsense.
Right.
I went after more their best player to create a little team dissension, and that player knowing you're the reason I got hit. So you started to create a little animosity between teammates.
Right.
More than the actual player.
You know, maybe the two of you should host a podcast. I mean, I think it's much fun. I'm sitting here with you guys, and I'm like, I want to listen to their podcast, man. This podcast, Garret, seriously, our podcast sucks compared to this guy's. Oh, my God.
But that's so true. As a fan, though, you see it, and you're like, oh, come on, just give them a little something, too. And then watching the manager, and we were talking about just, getting robots. We were talking about robots and everything later. Mm-hmm. I think that would be what gets... You need that in the game of the manager being able to do that. I was at the game last season where Booney got thrown out because the fan behind the dugout was yelling at the umpire, and the umpire thought it was Boone, and he was like, "It wasn't me, it was that guy." Like,
you know who the umpire was
for the Yankee game?
Yeah,
was it? Well, how long ago was that?
Was it what's his face?
I'm gonna go with either Joe West, Angel Hernandez, CB Buckner would be my top three.
Fourth is Hunter Wonderson.
Oh, there you go. His dad was a... Yeah.
Seriously, you guys should do a podcast. Come on, guys. I want to listen to your podcast. This is great.
Well,
the inside stories
here.
Well,
if we can't get in the doors next week, you know what happens.
I can't believe this is really... Guys, listen, I want to say thank you so much. And I'm sure we could sit here for like another 3 hours and trade stories. I don't even know where to even begin with both of you guys. I don't even know the questions to even ask. But I want to say thank you so much. And for a kid growing up, watching you guys on TV and sitting here doing this has just been... an amazing day, amazing podcast for me, for sure, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's really been amazing.
Glad I walked in at the right time.
Oh, my gosh. What's up? Ryan, what happened?
Baseball
let's open one pack as we end the show.
All right.
Pass one to Jason.
All right.
I already got one with 4 Hall of Famers.
All right, let's see who we get.
Are these current players?
So this is Fugazi. Prism. Prism doesn't have a license, so all the guys don't have logos.
Right.
Well, because Top says that license.
So this way, nobody's getting in trouble. We're all good. Let's see what we got here.
Jackson Holiday, future
stud. We're talking 2023
There you go.
season.
No, I got John Schmaltz.
Tell you what, you talk about a badass, Matt Williams.
Matt Williams.
He was a guy that would.
He was a coach of mine when I was with the Diamondbacks.
He didn't play.
No.
All right, we got.
I got Konerko.
Junior Camaro.
Ozzie Smith.
Ooh.
One of my favorite teammates, Larry Walker.
We got Mariano.
Now, do you collect baseball cards yourself?
David Ortiz.
I did when I was young. I haven't really lately. But
no, right.
Yeah.
How about you, Al? Do you collect baseball cards?
No.
You don't. You don't go to a store and say, "I'll take a set of."
I did as a kid. But
right.
No,
you don't do it.
Yeah. I would like to. I think it's a nice. It's nice.
Yeah, no, it's a fun listen. As a kid growing up, you know, Frank Thomas. I got Frank Thomas here.
Pandemic brought it back.
Wow, Eddie Murray. Yeah. Not bad.
Pudge, Hall of Famer. Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer.
Look at
Larry
this.
Doby.
Wow.
A New Jersey guy.
Wow.
Hall of Famer. Matty Williams, loved the way he played. I don't know who Al Simmons is, black and white, but I guess he's a Hall of Famer. And Jim Gilliam.
Guys, this has just been really wonderful. It's been fantastic. From soup to nuts, from start to finish, I want to say thank you, for real.
My pleasure,
thank you.
I wish you the best.
Thanks.
Yes.
I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. I mean that, it goes far. It really does. And
Jason, by the way, they're on like 8 cappuccino. 8
so
espressos.
We got a lot of
higher
energy. We
energy.
got a lot of energy here.
They'll crash.
I swear, I cannot even. All right, guys, listen. This has been the most amazing episode of Greg T Live. And again, we're here every single Monday, starting at 11 a.m. Doors open at 10 from Ray Catena, Mercedes-Benz, right here in Edison, New Jersey on Route 1. Stop by and have a great time with us. For now...